Hi, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make shared rigs for a procedural NPC crowd so you can randomize your characters. This is a question I get pretty often in the Discord for support, so I figured I'd make a video going over it. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to make a couple of these characters NPCs with procedural NPC crowds, and and we're going to share the same rig with them. So let's get started. So I'm just going to start with Remy. So as we can see, his rig has 5 fingers, a thumb, or 4 fingers, a thumb, the feet, it's everything it needs, the bone, and then, so we got a character here. So I'm just going to go ahead and download this guy. I'm going to keep him in a T-pose. Okay. And the reason you do this is so you can share animations between characters without having to do a whole bunch of algorithms and everything to get it to work. And then we're going to use this Vanguard guy. We're going to download him as well. Okay. Alright, then we're going to do this Eli guy. We're going to download him, and you'll see an engine while we're downloading multiple characters. Okay. And so as you can see, all of these share the same rig. They have the same exact rig, and that's what we want. You can upload custom characters to mix them out or rig them if you want to. So we'll get 4 characters, and then we'll also just I'm not gonna make an animation blueprint because that takes a little bit to set up. We'll just download like a little is there like a walking? Let's see, a walking animation. I'm trying to find a walking animation. Here we go. We'll use this very gay looking walk. Okay, so we'll put it in place because I want to use in place animations. We'll download it. We want without the skin because we already downloaded the skins. We'll set it to 60 frames per second since most people like 60 frames. And then that's basically it. So we've got our characters and our animation. Now I'm going to cut the video here and I'm going to return once I'm in editor. Okay, so I'm in editor now. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to import the characters. So I'm going to import Remy first, and he's going to be our rig. So I'm going to import Remy. I'm going to make sure skeletal mesh is checked, import mesh is checked, skeleton is unchecked. I think 5.4 or 5.5 changed this workflow a little bit, but it'll be the same settings. And then you just click import all. And then to share the rig, it's very simple. So we have our rig here, which is the skeleton. Okay, so we have our skeleton. We have our skeletal mesh, which is the mesh for the skeleton. And then we have our physics asset and our animations. I'm going to delete these animations. Okay, so now to share his rig, the Remy skeleton, all we have to do is when we import the next character, which is Vanguard, we just go and we select Remy skeleton. Unreal will probably, if you're using one of the newer versions, it'll probably already detect that this rig is already in your project and just use it. So we're going to use Remy skeleton. Okay, make sure it's selected, and then just click import. And that is it. We now have a shared rig. So this guy uses the same rig as this guy. And so now we can use the same animations and animation blueprints. I'm going to import a couple more characters just so you can get the hang of it. So again, Remy skeleton, he's our parent rig. Okay, I'm deleting these animation sequences. Let's see here. Alright, and then there was one more guy. Yep, import. Okay, so we now have 4 characters, and they're all sharing the same rig. So that's what we want. I'm just deleting animations. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to import animations to the same rig. So import your animation. Make sure the skeleton is the parent rig. This is Remy. So Remy skeleton is the parent rig that we want. Okay, we're going to import it. And now if we go here, okay, so he's looking weird. Why is he looking weird? Let's go to Remy. Why I got it fixed. The issue was in Mixamo, I used the wrong character for the animation. So when you download your animations or you make them, you want to use the parent character. So you want to use, in this case, Remy for the parent character. I was using this guy who had a different physique and different shape and stuff to him, so the engine kind of like had weird keyframes. Anyways, so now if we go here and we just like, oh yeah, there's one more thing we need to do. If you're having issues with this, go to hips, click this little retarget thing, click show retargeting options, set this to animation scale, and then, and these two skeleton. So I think it's, it's skeleton and then, or I forget which one it is. I haven't done this in a while. Let me go all the way, pick up all these, and set these to skeleton. And it should, hold on. This will fix it. We have to go through and do all of them. I'm trying to figure out how to. Oh, here we go. So recursively, so we right click and click recursively set to skeleton, recursively set to skeleton, and then recursively set to skeleton. And that fixes it. So that lets us, it's just the way keyframes are. So now we can use any of these guys and they will all have it. It looks like there is a little bit of a size difference. So maybe, let's see here, I forget which one it is. Are they different sizes? Let me check. Yeah, they're different sizes, that's why. You'll want to make sure your characters are the same size in Blender or Maya or whatever your digital content creation software is. So like it's gonna that's why it had issues. If they were the same size, then we wouldn't have to do this animation skeleton thing. But regardless, it's working now. Okay, so now that we have our shared rig, our animation set up, and our rig set up to scale to different character sizes, what we can do is we can go ahead and I'll just go ahead and create an animation blueprint real quick to show you how to do that, because that was one of the questions people have. So we'll go to animation blueprint. We'll make sure it's Remy. Now it looks like I have two Remy, so I need to make sure I'm using the right one. So this is game characters. So that's game crowd characters. This is the one I want, game characters path. Okay. Oops. Messed up. Click canceled. Okay, so we'll click game characters, click create. We'll call this Remy NPC. There we go. Alright, and I'm just going to make him always do walking. You'll probably want to set up state machines and stuff, but there we go. He's always going to be walking. I want to loop it too, because it's gonna not loop. There we go. So he's always walking. You'll want to set up state machines and probably layered blends and all that kind of stuff, depending on what your game needs. That's not the point of this tutorial. Okay, so now we have our shared rigs. Our skeleton is set up for different size characters, and we have animations and an animation blueprint set up. All we got to do is just go to the plugins, the characters, and pedestrian blueprints, pedestrian. And now this is very simple. All you got to do is just change this to Remy. Make sure it's the right one. There we go. See, he's really big, so he's gonna be kind of big, which is fine. And then I want anim BP Remy. There we go. And now what we can do is, now that we have our parent animation blueprint and a shared rig, we can find our other guys. Let's see where they are. So we got Vanguard. There you go. Animation's working. Where's our other guy? He is Exo. We got his animation working. And Eli, his animation's working. And so that's basically it for the shared rig. You just do this with all your characters that you want to share animations with, and then in this randomized character, I already have this. This is from the written documentation, but it lets us randomize a character. We set our models to Eli, Exo, and Remy, because those are characters that we want for the male. I don't have any female characters in here, so I'm not gonna do that. And then we just set it to Remy. There we go. This would be like your male animation blueprint. If you had one for a female, you would do that. If the female uses the same rig as the males, you can just, copy the one from here. But yeah, that's basically it. Now, whenever we go to the demo map, I don't need to save that. There we go. Okay, now whenever we go to the demo map, we'll see these characters be randomized. So, there we go. As you can see, we've got random characters. Looks like... Wait, why are they all doing... Looks like they're all that guy with the horns on his arm. Let me check. Yeah, so there's something going on. Oh, probably because... Let's see. Let's copy the males to the females and make sure this randomized character model is set. Randomized character... Oh, I didn't set it. That's why. Randomized character model. So if we call it here, and then there we go. So this is because of the females. We didn't give them an NPC, but as you can see, we've got the random characters now. Some are different sizes because of the characters, and some don't have animations because we didn't set the animation blueprint for the females. But yep, so we have different characters now walking around. You give them textures and all that kind of stuff. That's basically the gist of doing shared rigs. If you buy an asset pack from like Fab or something like that, or Asset Store, you will want to just check that if we go back to our folder where the characters are, you'll just want to check that they share a rig. So there should be multiple skeletal mesh asset types, but only one skeleton. They should have one parent skeleton, and then the different characters should have skeletal mesh assets. So just keep that in mind. The skeleton is the rig. When I say rig, I'm talking about this right here. And then the skeletal mesh is the model. So yeah, that's basically it. Have a good one. Thank you.